Stitch and Stuff. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kim.
And we're glad you're joining us today to talk about our cross stitching and other stuff.
Pretty light on the cross stitching for me this week.
And no, not too much. I mean, I did quite a bit of stitching. I think I focused on a few pieces a lot.
Yeah.
More than a lot of pieces.
I probably did that too.
But I do have several. More than I always do.
I do have an update. The mugs were found.
The Christmas mugs.
Hashtag find the mugs. Who posted, I was going to give her a shout out because she did a hashtag on it.
Hashtag find the mugs.
Yes, it was Christy Martin. Hashtag find the mugs. Well, Christy, I found the mugs. I actually found them that night. And so if I had enough.
Crisis averted.
Well, I had a lot of mugs, probably like
Christmas
10 mugs. And if I had thought about it, I would have taken the camera up and videotaped what my attic looks like, so Sarah could put it at the end of this video. But
I can do that still for you before I go.
And there's one section where all the Christmas stuff is supposed to go. And I think what happened when I told my son to take the mugs up last year, he didn't put it in that section. And so my sweet soon-to-be daughter-in-law had gone up there and looked in the area where there's Christmas crates that are empty because it's all out. And she didn't see it. And I didn't know if it was in a box or if it was in a bin. So I couldn't really tell her what to look for. And she said, I didn't find it. So when they went home that night, it was like 11 o'clock, I went upstairs. And as I walked up, there's a big green crate in the middle of the room. And right on top, it was a big cardboard box that said on the top of it, she probably just didn't look at the top, Christmas mugs.
So it was like right there. But what I'm laughing about is, you know how when I was talking a few weeks ago about my floss mess and how like a lot of Flosstubers, like I love watching them show their like classic color work that they have planned out and they'll like stroke them. So some people show beautiful floss and we show handfuls of floss. Some people get their home ready for a Christmas tour and we're going to include mom's crazy attic. We
won't show the pretty part of my house. We're just going to show you the crazy attic where all my adult children have their stuff stored. Because I realized in the little section that's mine, it's about this wide. And the rest, it's the length of the house, the width of the house.
So we're just, it's up above us.
It's children who have moved away or living in trailers on my property stuff that is in my attic.
We just like to keep it very real for you.
Yeah.
So just
so you can feel better about anything going on in your life. We are here to help you feel better about your life. But you're also going to take a picture of my actual house.
I will. I'll take a video. Maybe I'll walk through it. The pretty part.
It won't be set to music, and it won't be.
Put music to it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I've really upped my editing skills. I know how to do iMovie all over the place.
Wow.
But not as good as the girls.
Yeah.
They've surpassed me in their photo video editing like a ton.
I don't even know how to open iMovie or iVideo or whatever.
Well, you don't have that. Well, I guess on your phone.
I might have it on my phone. But yeah, we'll try to keep it real for you. And you'll see why the mugs were maybe a little hard to find.
Oh, it'll be really obvious. It'll also probably be really obvious where the Christmas stuff was because there's probably one hole in the stacks of stuff where the Christmas bins were. I guess they're probably back up there.
They're back in the little hole that they belong in.
It's funny.
My goal this year is to empty out part of our lawn. We don't have a garage, which is why everything's in the attic. And so what used to be our garage is the room that we're in right now. It's our bedroom. The previous owners had made it into a formal living room. And then several years ago, we decided we don't use a formal living room. We need a bigger master bedroom. So my husband actually built a walk-in closet in here to make it an actual bedroom. And it's a big garage size. But on the other side of that yellow wall, there's a long skinny room that used to be part of the garage. It still looks like a garage where the laundry is. And it's very narrow. Yeah, and so my goal is to eventually, it's just our storage, is to clean that out this year and hopefully find a way to stack our most pertinent Christmas stuff downstairs because it's getting harder and harder for Carrie and I to get up this little.
Oh, it's like the stairway is like 2 feet wide.
It's you know
narrow.
What? Okay.
It's like a.
We'll show you that too.
I'll take video going up.
The stairs are actually where a linen closet used to be in this house. The previous owners also enclosed part of the attic into two long skinny bedrooms. So we took the wall down and made it one long bedroom with a slope ceiling, but the stairs are not to code, so you can never count that as actual space. But it literally is as wide as like a linen closet that you have to go your way up.
You'll see.
They're very
just watch at the end.
Yeah.
Just stick with us.
But anyway, hard to get us up and down with crates, and our son that used to do it for us all the time doesn't live here anymore. So anyway,
girls,
come on.
They were here covering. I'm sure you saw them, and now they.
Do we have all 3 girls today that have stuff?
Well, Rosie didn't bring her cross stitch.
Oh,
With her.
okay.
So I don't know. Where's Millie? Is Rosie gonna come up?
No, she forgot to bring.
So she just forgot to bring her stuff, and that's fine. So I said Millie could go first.
Okay,
I'll
Millie.
slide out of the way a little bit.
Can you get in?
And you don't have your cross stitch to show, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
You did
and
go
her
get it.
Sweet little.
This
And
is
her
my
bag
magic
that Heather
bag.
sent her.
Those are really
They're
cute.
like the perfect size for like.
I know, and they got a little
projects.
handle. Ooh, my bag should be coming pretty soon. I hope. Yeah, with the handle. I don't know why. The handle just really. I ordered a bag from. What's her name on Instagram? Pins and Needles?
Petals and pins.
Petals and Pins.
Pins and needles. That's what I had in my hand.
Yeah,
when I
anyway.
woke up.
And I loved it. I don't order project bags very often, but it has a little handle. So
Do you remember this is
Oh.
you know, she has another freebie too. Doreen Jones just popped up, and I follow her on Facebook now.
Mhm.
So if you're interested in freebie patterns from Doreen Jones, I hope she doesn't mind if we show the chart, but it's truly, I link it every week. I
Yeah.
think in our
I think
show
if we
notes.
link it.
And all credit to her. These are adorable patterns, and this is part of a bigger sal that we printed off, and Millie's stitching just part of it. So go ahead and show. Are you almost done? Well, you have.
Wait, did she release like another section of this?
There's like 4. Yeah, it's old. So this is
Oh,
not
okay.
a brand new pattern.
Okay.
It's just on her website, and there's like 4 sections. This is just one of the sal clues.
Look at that.
I don't know if it was a
Love it.
mystery sal or not. Okay, you want me to hold it up really
Look
close?
at that
so
sweet
you
little
can see?
bunny.
I did
Bunny.
the butterflies and the
Oh.
tail
Look at those are sweet little butterflies too.
and the eye
Yeah, you got the eye done.
So what do you have left to do on it?
and the nose and
Some ground.
There's a-
and the nose.
A row of ground.
There's a border. Are you gonna do the
Oh.
little border? I think you should. With little like corners.
Oh, yeah.
And then the flowers.
And some back stitching.
Oh,
yeah.
the big flower too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big
the
flower.
border is actually just back stitch. That'll go fast.
Mm-hmm.
So the ground and the flowers. That's cute. It's actually, well, I guess that's technically back stitch. The top is like every other.
I don't know what
Running
you call that. I
stitch.
called it back stitch.
Running stitch.
Oh, running
Well, but you
stitch.
still stitch it like a back stitch.
Yeah.
Do you have your knitting that you wanted to show too?
No.
Oh, you didn't bring it? Good
No,
job,
I did.
honey.
It's in the card.
Oh, that's okay. You can show it next week. She's been working on her hat as well, trying to get it up to the point where it's ready to
I love
tinker
it.
into.
It's going to be a cute little thing. Do you think you're going to
That
make
hat
it
you're
into
making
a little pillow?
Cute with this.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I have hoops.
Oh, hoops.
Did I not give you a hoop for it? Oh, I have hoops.
I didn't.
So you can.
And Liddy's back
Liddy has
after a long
passage.
hiatus. She's
I don't know if we have a picture. Oh, I'll pull it up really quick.
okay.
Picture of what?
Who's the designer?
Cloud. That's
Cloud
it.
Factory.
Clouds.
Clouds Factory.
Yep, Clouds Factory. Let me pull up a picture of what she's working on. I should have thought about that because we don't have a picture printed out because
Yes, we
this
do.
was just a download. Oh, we do?
Yeah,
Well,
we
then
have
just grab it.
Yeah, we're in our window talking to ourselves, lady. We're in front of my front window. There's a lady stopped and is looking in our.
She's probably like, what are those weirdos doing sitting, having coffee and looking out the window?
Just sitting here. It's too
Do you
cold to
have
sit on the
picture?
too cold to sit on the front porch. So we'll just sit in our window.
Okay, you do. Okay, I did print out the actual,
I showed it.
the pattern. Oh, well,
Just
It's
like a
okay.
split second.
on accident. So this is it's like a digitized photo of what she's working on. Finally, you started working
know.
on it again.
Okay, now I'll
Much
show you.
sorrows.
what
I
I
had to
did.
like force her to
Really?
do handicrafts this week. We had a big tantrum about it,
What
baby.
the world?
I did it. Big tantrum.
Look at how happy
Okay,
you're
a
gonna be.
little tantrum.
So you got part of somebody's head or face.
It's Ron's.
It's Ron
Ron's.
because he's in the middle.
If you're a new
Ron.
viewer, she started this many, many months ago, a different version of it, and she was pretty far along on one of the little characters, and then we don't know.
It got lost.
It got
We-
lost.
I don't know if it fell out of the car at a rest stop on the way home from here.
They were here at our house.
That's what I
'cause
think
we haven't really gone
happened. Because
anywhere
I
else,
was
so it had
working
to
on
be
it there.
Careful now.
I was working on it there, and then at the rest stop, I think it fell out.
Maybe we should check behind my couch cushions because that's where sometimes projects go.
I don't think so. I
Mm,
remember it in the car.
Do you? Oh, you were okay.
Yeah, and we never could find it. So now, is that why it's so hard to make yourself work on it?
Yes.
'Cause you feel like
I
you're
was so
redoing?
far along.
Well, you weren't
Maybe
that
I'll-
far along.
Maybe I'll put a few stitches in for you. Would that make you feel better if I just did a few stitches up to kind of help you get back to where you
Okay.
were? Maybe this week I'll do that for you.
I think you'll really like it once you get.
Because
Oh,
I
it's
had
so
all
cute.
of his body done.
Mm.
So if I help you get there, then you'll feel more motivated to work on it again. Or will you still lay on the floor having a tantrum when I say it's time to do
You
handicrafts?
laid on the floor.
No, I didn't. She's just
Really?
exaggerating.
You know who else
I'm
used to lay on-
exaggerating a
You know
little.
who else used to lay on the floor and throw tantrums?
You?
Yeah.
Mimi?
You?
Mimi.
Mama
Mimi still
might.
does.
Timmy just stomps her feet.
Slams doors.
A door slam.
She does.
Sorry.
Not like a family trait or anything.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's
Mama
what
door.
you do.
Mama door slammer.
Yeah, Mama
Yes.
slams doors. She does
Cupboards
like
and doors makes me feel a lot better.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't.
Well, I'm really proud of you. I know you were just not wanting to start that again, but I think you're going to be happy in the long run if you get going on it. Mama will help you.
Persistent.
Okay.
Pays off.
Yep.
And it's going to be so, you're
don't
so
wanna be-
proud of it when it's finished.
You don't want to be a quitter.
Okay.
You don't want to be a quitter, right?
I'm not being a quitter.
No, you're not. Not now.
You're being a drama queen, though.
Okay.
All right. Thanks
Okay.
for showing. Love
See you later. You can shut the door.
Okay.
It's like we hit like a new developmental stage. Can you close that door, babe?
Yes.
When you grab. Okay. Bye. Bye-bye.
She was commenting because
Bye.
all the way, adios. She likes to eavesdrop too. She's a listener. So we're here technically because my husband is working at a nonprofit organization ministry that he's starting up like an after-school technology program for high school, middle school, young adults that go along with another vocational training program in our community, working with Native youth mainly. But they don't have any tables. So he did a public auction. He bid on a public auction for those big round tables that fold down and have wheels like a frame on their own.
Wow.
And he got 10 tables for $40 total. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But he had to come all the way over here to pick them up. It was like a 3-hour drive. So we decided
we're in
we'd
Kent.
just tag along and then stay overnight because that would have been a lot for him to load and then drive back. He could have done it, but we decided to stay overnight.
And they were north of the city, so.
Yeah, it was like, it took us 2 hours to get from there up north of Seattle all the way back to here, south of Seattle. So we went, up and then down.
New viewers, if we have any. Sarah lives in Yakima, 2.5 hours from me here in Kent.
Yes.
So we often have to Zoom our Flosstube, but every once in a while we get to do it in person. And we also took advantage of them being over here because we have 4 people in our family, 4 adults who had birthdays between Thanksgiving and the last one is my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, Ashley, is on the 28th of December. So we celebrated all of our birthdays.
Yeah, we did. And so this is what we were doing yesterday. That's what I'm looking out the window at right now is that truck full of 10 tables.
Wow.
They're tied in really good, but the tarp just tattered to pieces. So
It must have just hit against the table. It must have been sharp
I don't
edges or
know.
something.
The grommets just ripped straight out of the tarp, even though it was the nicest tarp we could find.
Must have gotten a faulty tarp. That's really bizarre.
I don't know. It was just catching a lot of air because it's all the way. It's not like sheltered by so we have to go back over the mountain pass today. And I'm feeling okay about it. I'm not worried about the tables because they really are tied really tight with the ropes, but the tarp may fly away. Well, but we'll do our best. So anyways, that's what we got to come here for. But and that also meant we got to record in person.
We did. We had a nice taco bar last night. Everybody brought stuff. We had root beer floats for dessert, and it was a nice family only.
Family only.
Even though our family only is kind of large.
But our family only is all completely quarantining, like not going anywhere. So
except for a few that have to go to work.
Except for a couple workers.
Life goes on, folks. Life goes on. But we're all trying to be really careful before Christmas.
Yeah.
No non-essential visiting.
Yeah.
I just saw that my church had a women's event, I think this morning maybe, or last night. And from the picture I saw, it looked pretty spread out. We have a huge room. But I'm
sure here you have to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we're still at 25% capacity at a church. But anyway, it looked pretty sparse. And I thought, I do miss people. But it just wasn't worth. If I'd known about it, I didn't even know about it. But it would not have been worth going at this point. We're just trying to keep everybody well through the holidays so we can be together for the holidays. And I hope everybody that's watching has been well.
Yeah.
I know of one person that we know that's a viewer that did fall ill, and she, from what I heard, is doing much better. So that's good news.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah, and before I go into Well, I do have a from the vault. You don't.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't remember to bring the stocking that I was going to show. It was
That's part of our.
perfect.
It's part of our 2020 problem about planning events is that they get canceled and then they get back on again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So last week after we recorded, Rosie in the later afternoon had a fever, and I looked back on the afternoon and thought, yeah, she did seem like she wasn't feeling very good. So then I called the doctor the first thing the next morning, like, can we get her tested for COVID? So they made a telehealth visit. What are you looking at?
Positive.
My brother. So we took her to the doctor after we did a telehealth appointment Monday. We took her in that same day, and they wanted to do a strep test for strep, test for COVID, test for flu, and the quick result tests for COVID and flu came back negative, but the strep came back positive. And I was like, oh, well, then that's what we're dealing with. So they got her on antibiotics. So she wasn't probably contagious by Tuesday afternoon. But then it was a little bit of a waiting game, like, who else might get sick?
Mm-hmm.
And Liddy one day didn't feel very good. So, but she's a little bit like me, where if there's a suggestion of being sick, she thinks maybe she is sick. And so she had like a 99-degree temperature, which isn't even technically a fever. But it was like, if it had been totally normal, I would have been like, oh, you're just imagining things. But 99 is still like a little higher than she typically runs. So we called the doctor, and since she'd already obviously had exposure, they went ahead and did a strep culture, and it came back negative completely for strep. So, and she felt fine like that afternoon. She was like back to her normal self and didn't have any kind of temp. So,
and Rosie perked up
like 2 days after. Like the next day she was still kind of feverish, and then Wednesday she was fine and has been fine since. And so today is kind of the last day, I think, that exposure, the incubation period, if we happen to have any more cases, it should be showing up today. Otherwise, I think we're in the clear. So we kind of hemmed and hawed about coming and decided, well, everybody really was seeming fine.
Yeah.
So we did.
We took
and
the
it's
risk.
strep, so we just were careful. And
I mean, if I come a sore throat, I'll go to the doctor and say I was exposed to strep. Give me some antibiotics.
Yeah.
It's a heck of a lot better.
Strep is a lot simpler usually.
If there had been COVID or something, of course they wouldn't have come over. But so you plan for it, and then I get these FaceTimes. I don't think we can come. Rosie's got.
It's like the one fun thing all week we're about to do.
Yeah, and I'm watching dogs in my yard, and you better not be the ones that keep pooping in my yard, because I'm tired of stepping in your dog's poop.
Hi.
Yeah, we're watching you. Keep on moving. I'm just going to sit here every day. Anyway, so I think that's partly why it's hard for you to get everything together, because you're like, okay, we're going.
Yeah, I did. And we took my husband's truck over, so I was really, it's not a full extended, it's not an extended cab. It's just like a little cab in the back. So the amount of stuff we could pack was kind of limited, and I just kind of forgot. So this is my from the vault. It's a shepherd's bush. It's merry and bright. The words are hard to see because they use such funny font. I know, they're a little hard to read. Merry and bright.
And I bought the mat from them. I don't know where I got the frame, and I don't even know what year I stitched this.
You said shepherd's bush, right?
Yeah. I did a lovely job of framing as usual. I think I just
looks good to me.
Don't know how it must be pinned. Pin it? I think it's pinned.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, it's pinned, and then on foam core, and then just popped in there, but no glass. But anyway,
I don't really like to put glass on my cross stitching. Some people do because it preserves it more, but I like the stitching to be more. The only glass I have, I think that I know of, is my Christmas Barbara Richards Bergeau. You have glass. Yeah, there's glass on that one. I'm not sure. It makes sense on some really big pieces and stuff. This I did, it's not my typical Christmas colors in my room, but this room, when it was my formal living room, we used to have our tree in this room, and I decorated this room in gold. Yeah. Because the wallpaper was green and maroon, right? Like kind of a plummy maroon. Oh, yeah, and some pinks. And green. She was very big. So this actually matched. Yeah, but I still put it out because it's still really cute. But that's my from the vault. And next time I'll just show 2 stockings next week as we get ready for Christmas. And need to show those. Those are sweet. Yeah. So I don't have it from the vault, but I do have some whips. Do you want me to go first? Yeah, you can go first. Here's a pretend phone that the girls like to. It's like sticky and dirty. We saved all of our old phones, all of our flip phones, and they are like the biggest hit. That every time the girls come over, they play with those. I know. It's like their
Rosie
favorite
especially.
toy. Yeah, but the other two at that age
Mm-hmm.
also were like really into that.
When they leave, I find old play purses that I've given them with phones crammed in there. There's at least five of those phones floating around here.
Bracelets and phones.
Mhm.
Like they play phone. I don't know why that's such a fascination. They talk on the phones. So the biggest thing I had an Etsy order. I think I showed it last week. This looks exactly the same because this is what I've been working on this week. But I sent off the one, and here's an almost finished raccoon.
Another one
looks the same. This is for Teresa, who a few weeks ago I accidentally sent the giveaway to my Etsy shop customer, and the Etsy shop order to Teresa, who kindly took it right away to the post office and posted it to the Etsy customer, which I was so thankful for. And so I asked if I could make her another one or anything else out of my shop, and she wanted a raccoon hood or an animal hood. So I thought, since this was what I had accidentally sent her, I would just make the same thing. So Teresa, if you're watching, all I have left is to connect the ears, and then I will send that to you along with reimbursement for the shipping and also your giveaway.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Teresa.
Because she had won the giveaway box, which I had sent to the wrong place. So now I will send you a mystery box giveaway along with
because she never got the person that got it.
I said, yeah, those specific, I had several things that I kind of selected and put in a box, and I just told the Etsy customer for simplicity she could keep that. Yeah. And I have other things that I will make a new mystery box out of.
Good. So you're going to come out okay.
So thank you, Teresa, one more time again. And this should go in the mail in the next day or two. I will finish it today, I'm sure, and be able to mail it off Monday or Tuesday.
Cool.
Along with all the other giveaways that I'm backed up on. I know that Sylvia is still waiting for her book. Sorry. I just didn't get a chance to get that all put together this week. And I think that's the only other, and the pot holders that I need to send.
Yeah, and Canada. I have not shipped my little red Christmas tree.
Sorry, we're going to get there.
My week did not involve stitching for a couple days or any cognitive thought because I had my second in the series shingle shot. And of course, my husband walks out of there with a sore arm and maybe feeling a little achy that night. And the next day, my arm was a little sore, but I had such a headache and I tried to work part of that next day. And then about 3 o'clock, man, the headache just got to beyond the beyond. And I tell you, if I didn't know I just had a shot, I would have thought I had corona. And then I got really super queasy, and that lasted about 4 hours. And I thought, I don't know if this was worth it, but it was, because I really don't want to ever get shingles. And so if you're over 50, you should probably look into getting the shingle shot, and you might not react. Some people don't, some people do. My husband barely did both times. It just depends on what your immune system is like, and mine clearly ramped itself up. But I didn't feel good that day. I didn't stitch, and I didn't stitch very much even the second night. I think I was just tired. It causes fatigue too, but I'm done. Hopefully it'll last me my lifetime.
No, you hopefully will never need another one. So I worked on this sampler on this side. This week it's called the Fall Sampler, and it's from, I've been working on it a little while. It's from this Better Homes and Gardens cross stitch. I think it's, what year did we say this was? 2003 maybe? 2003. So this is the 2003 edition, which was sent to us as a gift as well. And that's another one of those is what I have to send out in a giveaway to Sylvia. But I got the K done and this snowflake done this week. So I just kind of keep trucking away with the little motifs, but it's so pretty.
It is pretty.
I just think it's so simple.
It's really pretty in person too.
I would love to get it done. Yeah, the color's not perfectly showing up on, I feel like the blue is a little prettier in person.
She didn't know she's folding it up nicely.
Yeah, and then I throw it on the floor.
For those that were worried of her.
I'm trying. Just for your sake, I'll post.
When we're together, she does it. Her floss is now
no, at night when I'm done, no.
Floss is flying out of her project bag.
Well, the trouble with these, I love these project bags, but they're not quite a 9x13. And so this, or whatever this size pamphlet is, doesn't quite fit in it. So I need to switch to another bag. So then everything kind of starts to fall out. So look, I do have a project bag, but I still have plastic. I worked on Friends, and I really enjoy working on this because it makes me think of my friend, especially my friend Lacey. I have a few friends that in normal times come over and we visit around my table. And so I got a lot done on that.
Oh, you got a lot done on her because you just had her feet done last week.
So I did all the apron. It's hard to kind of tell.
These are the called for colors?
Nope.
I
totally changed her. Okay. The pink is called for, and the
I mean, are you doing her?
Ecru is. No, I'm working on this girl.
Oh, she's going to be the same color.
She's going to be different colors.
Oh, you
She's going to
changed them
be
both?
blue and
Oh, I thought you said last week
totally
you were.
revamped the
I thought
colors.
you said last week one of them you weren't changing.
This one I wasn't going to change much.
Uh-huh.
The one I'm working on right now, but I just didn't. Okay, so what I was originally planning is I was going to keep her all the same and do her apron in red. I don't know if you can see.
Oh.
I changed the color of the table to a brown, and I'm going to use a variegated red for the barn. And I was thinking, and for her dress, I think might have some of that variegated red in it. I was going to do the red to kind of keep the theme on the apron, but when I kind of held it up to the colors after I got the cream and the pink done, I just didn't like how it's this red. And you can't really see the variegation much because it's such a little piece.
Yeah, that wouldn't look good.
It's 115.
I would not have liked that with the peachy cream.
I just didn't. It wasn't quite jiving for me. I'm looking for it here. Don't judge. This is the color. Can you see? I'm just hoping to give everybody a panic attack when they look at my costume.
She clearly hasn't finished her floss organizations project that she started.
It's going on my WIPCO. I'm just putting it on hold. So this, I don't know if the color is coming through right. It's kind of a variegated. So that's what I'm going to do for the barn instead of like the pinky red that they called for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I just didn't like that red. So I switched, and I'm going to do, instead of that red, I did that light blue, which I was already subbing in for like the sky. And then see how she has like a kerchief around her neck? I'm going to do that in the dark blue that I think it's 311 or something. I'm doing that. So I think that'll be pretty around.
She's working good on her squats there.
Yeah, she's going to be on hold and squat until I get to that chair. I made a little mistake in my counting somewhere, I think, when I was doing the feet. So I think I need to just add an extra row to her butt. So she'll just have a little extra padding to make the chair.
It's 2020. A lot of people
I have a little extra padding in my butt right now.
We all have a lot of extra
That's
padding.
me. And then the other one will be my friend Lacey, who doesn't probably have a lot of padding in her butt. I don't know. Maybe she does. I haven't paid attention.
Good. She'll be
I don't really
happy
pay
to know
attention to
that.
my friends' butts. I worked on this one some, and I got the mug and the tree done, and I added. So the tree, I thought I kind of needed a little something.
I was thinking the same thing.
So I just did little white French nuts to look like there's little lights in the tree.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah, it was simple and easy. So then I did the cocoa mug.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so cute, and the color is coming out so nice on this. Actually, the lighting is good. So that's what I worked on this week was the tree. I finished the tree. I did almost all the tree, I think. I think I might have done that snowflake too, the white one up above the tree.
I think you did.
Yeah, that was new this week. And the little mug of cocoa. And that turned out nice. I'm really happy with how it's looking. But I like that tree. So feel free to replicate if you felt like the tree needed a little extra boost.
Well, especially because if you look at this picture, the tree is a darker color.
Yeah.
And that darker fabric, which it's not bad, but it does make the tree pop a little better.
Yeah. I don't know why. I didn't really want to do like
Maybe I'll do
ornaments
little...
because I want to keep it up after Christmas. But I don't think that lights are super Christmassy.
No, and it could be snow on it.
That's true. It could look like little snowflakes too.
Little snow blobs.
So that's why I didn't want to do red and green like ornaments. I just wanted to do something simple.
Again, Leisha Paulson.
Oh yeah, Things of Winter.
Can't wait to see what she comes out with next year.
And I worked quite a bit on
the Christmas tree one.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it. It's too hard. My brain is
Pour
already.
a batagour.
And I just want you to notice like how organized this one looks. Even though the flosses are not wrapped. I mean, come on.
It's better looking.
And the floss was folded in there, see? That's the color I'm working on.
So this is it.
So I've been working on that cute
She's been working on that house.
Which is, a lot of stitching, but
gosh, it's a lot of stitching.
And I need to add a little, there's some green that's going to go in there. I don't know if you can see on the house.
Oh.
So some of this is white already stitched and some of it will be
the green in the window.
Greenery. The garland underneath the window is where I'm kind of at right now.
It's not showing.
So now I have to decide whether I want to keep stitching and counting red, but I think I'm going to take a break from the red and stitch the green, like go up with some of the designs in the house. So then I'm just filling in.
Wow.
I needed a break from the white border around the house, which doesn't really pop. I think I might backstitch it with like red or something.
I gave her this project for Christmas last year.
Was it last year? So I've done all this year. That's pretty good.
It was last year.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think it is. It's really sweet. It's really, I think you gave me the fabric too. I think it's a Lugana. It's some kind of,
Yeah, I did. I think I
Ebony and-
ordered whatever it might have said.
it's nice to work with. It's
Or-
soft and
Yeah.
the holes are really easy to see.
I haven't seen this in person for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, the little girl is so cute.
I know.
Look at her.
I know. So then there's the little boy that I still will do. Dragging the Christmas tree. It's so cute. And I love that pine bough with the ornaments hanging down. It's just like so
Look at her
sweet.
hat. I love her little hat. I think I need a hat like
I
that.
know. And then there's a little squirrel that sits on top of one of those little.
Oh my gosh. On top of her hat, there's a little squirrel right there. Oh my word.
With a hat and a scarf on with a pom-pom. So cute. I love this designer. I follow them. I think
yeah.
Well, no, maybe I don't. I need to follow them. I was thinking of another person.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. That's going to be such a cute
I have
piece.
one more. Oh, I worked on one or two evenings, so I don't have a picture for it, but because I'm just doing the border, it's the Joyful World calendar by Snowflower Diaries, which I stitched last year. I've showed this a few times.
I am going to do this. I'm going to do it all in one piece.
You should. I'm going to have Jesse said he'd make me a frame for it. He'll make you a frame for it.
I'm going to. That's my only reason why I didn't do a big one, was I was afraid I wouldn't be able to afford a frame.
So
but
you can see the bottom.
It's just too.
I've been working on the border.
It's just too beautiful.
I know. I really love it. I'll zoom it in a second for anybody who hasn't maybe seen it, but I did all that brown border all the way along, which has been very difficult. If I were you next time, I might choose a different border, like something.
Yeah.
Just partly because it's a free design, so you can find this on Snowflower Diaries. Mm-hmm. Her Facebook group has them all in her Facebook files, and her website has it as well. The issue that I've had, and I've said this before, is that the free pattern for this border doesn't really, there's like, it comes in pieces. So there's a piece for this, a page for that, and a page for this. And there's a page kind of for this, but it doesn't translate perfectly if you just flip it. Like, I don't know. Something's not quite, I keep having to modify a little bit as I go, but it's turning out really pretty. So here, I'll pull it in. So
it is a beautiful border, though. It really.
So if you want to do it, it's fine. You just might have to remember to be a little bit flexible. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere in the actual counting of these. I don't think
maybe, though.
Because it's pretty uniform. But so this is kind of one of my big pieces. I've never done anything quite this big before.
Just
like size-wise.
It's just.
And I will just keep this out year-round. I'm not entirely sure where, but it's not one I'll ever put away.
I will do it, and probably will go in a craft room if I ever have my dream home. But
yes,
it is beautiful, and I do. There's just I started it. We were going to do a sale together, and I started mine just doing an individual one, and I was just going to have one for every month and put it on a separate little frame that just magneted up each month. But I lost steam on it, and I just like the way the colors all pop, and I love this fabric, and I'm going to have to try to figure out which fabric this was.
I know
And we did a mixture of fancy.
You got it for me.
You know, we did a mixture of fancy flosses and DMCs. I kind of fell down on the very end, but I think you had most of the ones you needed. I would look each month.
I bought a couple
at the biggest areas of stitching on each month.
Probably have this teal.
Yeah, and bought the fancy flosses for those bigger areas, and then we filled in like. Anyway, I had a whole system down.
Do you like that the borders for each month are different, or would you keep those all one color, do you think, for more uniformity? I still debate, and I decided to just do them different because they kind of go with each individual piece, but I could imagine wanting to do them all one.
No, I like them different.
I kind of do too. I think
or if I picked just one, I would only pick the darker one.
Yeah, right. The dark one shows up really nice.
But they do go along with each piece.
This one I like too. I think this is 420.
Yeah. Anyway,
I love the December one.
It's a free pattern. She's on Facebook. You can get the files on Facebook.
So you can get each one of these individually for free. And I think she must have released them like as a stitch along through a whole year, several years back.
Many years ago.
And I don't know. So if you're interested in even a little piece for December, I know it's kind of getting on into December, but if you're still looking for a pretty, it's so pretty. I love that deer and the dove, but I especially love like I think, and the. I like just every element of each square. It's really pretty and simple, but not like too simple.
You know what my favorite one is?
Which one? I don't remember what your favorite
The little hedgehog.
Oh.
Which is October.
October.
Well, it's one of my favorites. I actually like several, but I don't know. The colors in that one just scream fall to me, and he's such a cute little hedgehog. The owls I like. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I did
change a few things, like just in case you're looking at the design and thinking, oh, I need to figure that out.
Like the cat, I totally changed the colors to match our cats. That's probably the main thing I changed.
Oh,
I
I don't
changed a
think I
few
did
things a
that.
little at a time. Yeah, I don't remember what the original color of the cat is.
Okay.
Brown, maybe. But I think it wasn't, the color itself anyways was blending into my fabric that they called for the cat. So I just changed it up.
Okay, I got to refigure out my yearly plan now.
This one. It was really fun to stitch, I think, for me. And it was nice to just have one big piece. And it was the first time I feel like I've ever actually had a stitching goal. Like, I'm going to start this on the 1st, and I want this square done by the end of the month. And I almost always did.
And they are doable.
And I was pretty monogamously stitching on it at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I had several other things I was kind of working on, but this one, I just really kind of kept pushing.
It's just a sweet.
So I'm hoping to get that border done sometime. I was hoping to get it done before January 1st, but I'm not gonna. It's a big border. And I'm not stitching on it monogamously. If I was, it would be done.
Yeah, and she's got other sweet patterns too. I don't know if her Etsy shop is still active. If you have to go to her webpage, you'll have to poke around and see. She has some
really
free patterns too.
Some freebies and some others.
Yeah, that are really cute. So
really pretty.
Is that all?
That's all the stuff.
It's more than I did. So the thing I stitched on the most, I'm missing something, but I looked through my projects, and this is nothing to write home about, folks. I did the snowflake and the part of the tree, and things of winter. Again, not a whole. I don't know why. What did I do?
Well, you weren't feeling good.
Yeah, but Monday night. What did I stitch on Monday night? I didn't get my shot till Tuesday.
I want me to look at your Insta.
I don't know if I posted anything, but I feel like I should have had more. Here I go.
I don't know if you posted anything.
I didn't post a whole lot this week.
Well, it's all right if you just didn't do as much either.
I know, I just really didn't. Let's see here. No, I didn't. One night, the night that I wasn't feeling really great, we did our tree too. And I think this was last week, December 5th. I did work on Winter's Piece. So I worked on that. I really was a slacker this week. I didn't even knit.
It's Christmas though. It's hard to.
I know. And so I did that, and then I did get
you did a lot on this though.
Well, yeah.
To me, that's a lot.
Yeah. With the Needle and Thread has the cutest little Marion Minty.
Can I show this page? Or
Yeah,
is this part
it's a free one she's got on her Facebook page.
It's With Thy Needle and Thread. If you haven't seen that or follow her, she's releasing a 4-part. I think it's all done now, right?
Yep. I think the last one came out today.
So you can go probably to her.
So eventually you end up with a tree.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook.
Facebook.
You don't have to even join Facebook. Well, you have to be on Facebook somehow.
Yeah.
You don't have to join her group. You can just search for her and click on it. Anyway, it's a sweet little. I did my sweet little Rudolph. And that border, which, hey, kudos to me, I did a border done. But that border has to be done again down here and then up here because there's some poinsettias and stuff in here. That border doesn't
look too bad because there's not like a lot of counting. It's just a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Right. It was like I did the white first. It was 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then alternating, and then the red was just in a diagonal all the way across. So it was not hard.
It's really cute though. I really like
it. It is a cute one, and she did. It calls for mostly DMC. There were 3 fancy flosses. One of them is licorice red, and I don't know if anybody in the world can get a skein of licorice red right now because I think it's the most famous, popular Christmas thread.
So if you have it in your stash, you could sell it for a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
Yeah, and it is a classic Colorworks, and my needlework store didn't have it, and she said, "Yeah, But if you just do With Thy Needle and Thread, it would pull.
Yeah, it didn't actually. I thought I would just see if I could find
a completed picture.
Well, her finishing is really pretty. She put a video up probably on Facebook of her finishing.
No,
she doesn't have a photo of it.
It was in a link. I can find it.
But I don't know. Here you can see for yourself. So it's gonna have a tree and a Santa with candy canes, and she's got this. What is this stitch called? Colonial knots. They're like another version of a French knot. So the glare is a little bright off Santa's face.
Here.
And then that border, the candy cane red and white border, is
a couple places.
Oh, she gives a recipe.
Oh, like you can kind of see the poinsettia.
So there's no big one picture here.
Every day she does a recipe when you click on it.
Does she have an email that I should be following?
No.
Oh.
Just her Facebook. Holiday almond bark.
Oh, I guess I'm not following her on Facebook. That needs to change.
Yeah.
That's really pretty.
Okay, I'm going to show you really quick. It's probably, oh no, that's not what I want. I want to go to the.
I can link it too down below. Like that's somehow maybe her Facebook group or I'll post about it. You know.
Anyway, I can't find it right now.
I'm sure most of the people watching this know what we're talking about anyways. You probably follow her anyway.
Anyway, and I just wanted to tell you that if you don't have the fancy flosses, there's the red and there's two greens. There's avocado and Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
And
she
they're
DMC conversions, which I'll probably use because I don't think I have any of those colors.
And my sister-in-law, Nancy, who follows us, texted me a picture of hers, and she was worried that the greens, she's using the DMCs, but when I looked at the picture and then pulled out my two fancy flosses, it looks very similar. The DMCs will give you a pretty good look. The only thing is that the big tree here might not have all the variegation in it, but of the two fancy flosses, only one of them has very strong variegation. The other one is pretty, it's pretty not very variegated, so I don't know why
it really matter that much if you don't.
It's kind of an avocado.
So this one has more varied colors.
This one might have a little bit more lighter, but it's not much. And that's pretty true right there.
Yeah, this one you can kind of see the.
Yeah, here, pull it over here.
Yeah.
The lights, and you can see the darker strands.
So the avocado might not. If you're really wanting to order one to make it look like hers, pick the Oscar.
Yeah, the avocado, I think,
for
the DMC.
Tree.
And there's some discussion about the red. Some people, I think, used 347 DMC.
Oh, yeah, because the red.
But the red that's down here.
Yeah. You changed out your red. You already talked about that a second ago.
No,
you didn't use red licorice.
Yeah. Yes, I did get a different red. I got.
There's two
Cupid.
reds in the pattern.
Yeah, there's a lot of reddish. I got Cupid. And Cupid is what?
Oh, so on yours, show yours. That calls for a terracotta DMC. So that in her original pattern is actually going to be more of a brownish pink, which is why. So that she doesn't even call for a over-dye thread or fancy floss.
Right. The only thing I've done. Well, there is a licorice. The border
for the poinsettia would be the licorice red. The border that's going to go underneath here.
That was not licorice red.
So the dot, the nose.
No, the dot was licorice red.
Yes.
That's all I've used licorice reds for so far.
But what I'm saying is, in the original pattern, this stripe right here is a much more muted brownish red.
Right. It is.
She calls for 3777.
Which I used.
No, that's not 3777.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Are you serious? You didn't use?
Nope.
Oh, really? I thought 3777 was a lot more brownish.
Yes, it is, but it pops against the white.
So I'm wrong. Disregard what I just said.
So the only licorice red I've used so far is on his nose.
Wow, I really thought that was a much pinker red in your design.
And there might be some more on Santa.
Probably.
But so people have either.
So I'm wrong.
So here's the deal. If you don't have licorice red, she is recommending, where did it go? 3830, which is a browner red. Okay.
Oh.
Or some people picked 347 and did 347.
For a brighter red.
Yeah, for a brighter red.
Because this is the 3830, so it's a little bit browner.
Yeah.
There, put it in front of my face, you can kind of see.
Anyway.
Oh, so this is the one that you would want to maybe.
But I picked something. But I looked up licorice red, and it's pretty red. That's why I picked the Cupid.
That she gave that.
But it goes because it has those other colors. I think you dropped another one.
I did.
I thought one fell. Maybe not. So anyway, worked on that.
It's cute. I really like that. I think I'm going to go start that this week.
It's
even though I won't probably get it done before Christmas, and it's not like I really need a lot more bits,
but it is.
It looks like
it's a fun, sweet one. And then the other thing I worked on, actually, that took me this did take some thought, a couple of different sessions. So my magazine monthly challenge with Bird's Eye Stitcher and Carolyn C. Zook Stitch is having their own. So there's Whip Go, which is a year-long bingo, but they're doing just a January bingo, and they're calling it Burringo, Burr for gold. And this is my plan.
I was like, there's no way you're going to do this. But we'll see. Maybe she will.
Thank you, Carolyn.
I have such
and
vote of
Robin
confidence
for making me crazy. And it looks crazier than it is because it's very messy, but there's a different clue for every day. They'll call the number every day. And I have a lot of things on here 2 and 3 times, and they're mostly whips. There's a couple of new starts, but one of them is my January new start, and one of them is just, there's 2 magazine starts that I'm doing. One is for the January challenge. That's just plain.
And that one has prompts.
That
for
one,
the regular magazine monthly challenge. Does this one have prompts as to what to add, or did you just add?
It had like
clues to
stitch your favorite color that day
on the 15th, or you just plugged it in?
I plugged it in with random number generator.
So you made like a list. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to understand the process. You had a list of clues for the Burringo, and you filled in like, okay, my oldest whip, and you made a list, and then you did random number generator.
Yeah,
to figure out which was going to go with.
I put their clue number 8 is actually on the
first square.
On my first square.
Oh,
clue number 10 is on my 18th square.
And the clue is with our new star of choice. Oh, so that's what that second stitch with favorite color. Oh, okay. So when I looked at this before, I was just like, I thought that was 2 projects on each one. I just didn't read it that closely.
No.
And so the first, okay, well, it won't make any sense to you, but when earlier we were talking about, I was like, you think you're going to work 5 hours on 2 different things one day?
No, and you don't have to do it all that day either. As long as you do it.
You're just doing it, and then you check it off.
You check it off, and you get your bingo. And most of them are just, they want you to work like 1 hour on whatever number they call. There's
the Christmas list for the girls on it too.
Yeah, I was multitasking.
That makes more sense to me, because I was like, whoa, you think you're going to work on 2 things for 5 hours
in
each?
one day, and work 10 hours too.
And you're never going to
Superwoman.
But the top, you also included in each square what the clue was. Well, I was kind of thinking that this sounded fun, but I'm also just trying to get my whip go together, and so I might just need to stick with Whipco. But I did start working on my Whipco some this week, and had some fun thinking through what I was going to do
for me.
Yeah, but I don't have mine organized enough to share yet.
Yeah, and I also had to put thought into what my January magazine monthly was going to be
for
just the regular. Yeah, this is just like an extra event,
just for fun.
Yeah, and I just basically.
So you're going to do this, your magazine monthly, and your Whipco. Are you going to have a lot of overlap? Do you think?
Yes.
I just don't think my brain can do that.
And my Whipco, because Whipco's for the month. So say I put down pandemic, and I put down 4 hours. That means
then if you're working on that on this,
or it just means in that month I've got to work on it 4 hours. 4 hours of stitching goes really fast. I'm not putting huge lofty goals on my Whipco. They're going to be pretty manageable.
That's what I'm struggling with, is figuring out how to do the goals, because this is my first year. Well, I guess everybody's only doing
I'm going to make it
second year. So
you could even just put 2 hours for the month. It's up to what you feel like. I mean, they want you to challenge yourself a little bit, but you're the judge of what's challenging, and you've got 3 little girls, and
I've never really tracked how much I'm stitching much. I just kind of get things done and do it and enjoy it, but maybe this will be a fun.
So there's definite overlap on here. There's many projects on here that are on here 2 and 3 times. Because they meet.
So you're working on the same sometimes.
And some of them are things that I didn't get done this fall, like my Barbara Anna cat that I want to get done. So he's on here twice.
I see. I kind of want to do that, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
You can do it.
I'm like,
just plug in
just to stitch all the time. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to stitch all day. So maybe we'll go to unschooling. The girls can do whatever they want to learn about on their own.
Yeah.
And I'll just stitch all the time.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
They don't want to learn math?
Oh, well,
I'm stitching.
Sarah apparently told me that she bought her little Katie Daisy.
One of my goals for 2021 was to get a planner of some kind that would be a cross stitch journal and planner, and
this is
I loved this one this year that you had.
Yeah,
it's on Amazon. It was
such
$10
artwork.
So affordable, really, for such.
So this is her smaller one, and I've used this for just my daily planner.
Is this your old one?
No,
this is a new one.
That's coming up.
Oh, this is what's coming in the mail for me in the next 2 days.
And then, but I also ordered her bigger one. And
I didn't even know you owned this.
Yes, I bought it.
Ooh, look at how pretty.
I know. This is her.
Go get these, ladies.
Bigger one for 2021. And this one I'm going to use for most of my stitching stuff. And I
What
think
are you doing with this then?
that's kind of my daily.
What do you have going on in 2021 that you need a planner
Well,
for?
I'm hoping there's going to be something.
Because I don't need a planner.
This is what it's going to be. It's going to be right here. July, get Corona shot.
Go to son's wedding, I guess.
Baby coming in March. No, May.
Well, now your planner's full.
Well, okay. What I was using this for, my one for this year, I did do some scripture, like I was trying to write a scripture each day for Thanksgiving, which I failed miserably at, but I started doing that on each day. Sometimes what I have been doing is writing my stitching time or what I worked on. Obviously I didn't do that this week.
That's kind of what I'm intending, is to track like what I did.
And so I bought this.
I have no idea.
I bought this before I knew I was going to do a bigger one. So, but
I'm just teasing you. You can have whatever.
But I think I'm going to try to.
Like you might have things like, I have things like my church Bible study on right now is on Zoom, but I would still put that on the calendar so I don't miss it, or doctor visit.
And I think I'm going to try to put fold them. You know, like
it's really cute though. They're so pretty.
I'm going to try to fold and tape in.
Interesting. Do you think you paid $15 for this, or do you think you paid the $10 Amazon?
I don't remember.
It was only $10 on Amazon last night. Maybe it's on sale though right
now. So I'm hoping to maybe tape my pandemic and my monthly challenges in here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So they're not all over the coffee table, and then I lose them.
There's no little pockets.
There is a pocket.
I also bought
the stickers.
Oh my gosh, those are cute. Katie Daisy, I like you.
She also has a little tiny wall calendar.
Oh,
that's what when I first found her. It was the small, like the little small ones, like.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those are what I'm hoping to do. But I also wanted to show that because I did buy this a long time ago, and it was not very expensive. No, this goes along kind of with what Carolyn Zook uses. It's a little different than hers, but it has a little bit more area for notes. So I kind of was thinking, I don't think I'm going to use this one though. I don't know. I think I'm going to use the Katie Daisy one just because I love it. Yeah. This one has bigger squares, but I don't have that. Like you said, I don't have that much to write in it because I don't leave my house other than to go get a sub sandwich. And actually, I've decided
Subway day.
Subway sandwich
You need to start planning your fun outing ahead of time. What am I going to do for fun this week? I'm going to go to Dutch Brothers and get a drive-through coffee.
Starbucks. I don't need to put in, I got my flu shot. I got my shingle shot. So I don't have any medical stuff. Well, I do, but I'm putting off talking to my doctor because they probably won't see me anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I put in there. Not a whole lot, I guess. It is kind of sad.
I got a planner for the first time last year for a long time. I just hadn't really had a planner. I think I was using my phone calendar a lot, and that is still a good way for me to do that.
2020 said, psych!
I know. So I had this really pretty calendar that Jessie gave me for Christmas last year, and then it's empty. It's empty from March on. Like there's nothing.
Guys, it's so crazy.
I haven't even bothered.
So it's so crazy. I just can't even. I laugh about how, when I got married and Carrie and I would talk about what's in our future, and we'll probably have children. And then we were talking the other night about we went away one weekend when our kids were little, and we were talking about where are we going to be in 10 years. And I don't even remember what we wrote. We didn't write it down, but I'm like, if you had told me that when I was 50. Almost 59.
You were going to leave your house for a whole year.
Then we were going to be in the middle of a world pandemic, and this is what our life was going to be. I would have been like, what?
But then you also would have been told, but you're also going to be able to order restaurant like Chick-fil-A from your phone while you're driving down the road, and you're going to pull into a spot, and they're going to bring it to you in the car, and you'll have paid already on the app. You would have been like, what? What are you even talking about?
Because we were talking about that last night about how, until they were like junior high, we didn't have computers. We didn't do anything. I mean, Zoom even a year ago was scary.
FaceTime you as Jessie's driving us over here. I'm like, hey, here's the girls. We're all in the truck.
Thank goodness
amazing.
Thank goodness this pandemic held off at least until we had technology to keep people somewhat sane.
I mean, as hard as it's been, I'm not minimizing it at all. It's actually incredible that we have what we have in order to stay in touch with people. It's not the same. I'm not minimizing it. But can you imagine if this had happened even 20 years ago, the amount of technology? I mean, maybe it would have like skyrocketed
Right.
really fast to try and provide us with that stuff. But no one even was talking about video.
Well, I was talking, and I was talking to my kids last night about how when I was a newlywed and I lived in Minnesota, long distance phone charges were real, and they were not cheap. And when you were a young newlywed with a single income,
so lonely.
So I told them that, I would call my mom. We lived in Minnesota. My mom lived in Seattle here. And I had to wait till Sunday night after 5 o'clock, and you couldn't talk for an hour and a half or whatever. You kept it. Yeah. And I thought, I've kind of forgotten what all that was like. I've taken what we've got now for granted. And I think I am actually going to try doing a grocery pickup. I haven't done that at all. My boys did my shopping during the biggest lockdown in the spring. But I'm kind of like, maybe at least till Christmas. I might have to go to the store and do one big shop right before the holiday. But I've got a lot of my Christmas stuff bought. A lot of my non-perishables are in the laundry room and back. I've got to pull it out and see what I've got. Like I buy crackers and stuff for the cheese ball, other than the cream cheese. Although I do have some of that stocked up.
Oh, you do.
So I've been doing that since October. I always try to buy that stuff earlier because it's not going to go bad and it spreads the cost out.
I didn't do that. I did that more last year, but this year has been just more chaotic in general that I haven't even shopped regularly. But I was telling her, so when I took Rosie in to get swabbed for strep and other things, all those other things we were talking about, I needed some groceries to get us through the week. And I thought, well, I'm not going to drag her in and do a bunch of grocery shopping. So I had never done any kind of grocery pickup at that point. I'd done like restaurant takeout a couple of times, but so I got the Walmart app and used it to get just basic groceries like milk and a few things that we were out of. And it was a really good experience for me because I didn't have to go in and it was really streamlined. And
did they give you everything you actually ordered, the brands you wanted and everything?
The only thing they had to and they notified me if they needed to make a substitution. There was one thing, my enchilada sauce was like, instead of medium, they needed to use mild because they know medium, which I actually meant to buy mild anyways. I didn't realize I ordered medium, so it actually worked in my favor. Thanks for switching. But yeah, everything else they had. I mean, I wasn't asking for a lot of really specialty items. It was like whole milk or making yogurt or whatever.
Yeah, because I feel like
it was really good. I will do that again. Yeah, instead of dragging all the kids through Walmart, especially right now. Before this kind of second wave happened, we were a little bit more relaxed. I was taking the girls grocery shopping with me if they needed to and stuff, versus March when I would schedule it for a time when they wouldn't have to come with me. But this time around, I'm kind of going back to, well, let's, if we need to go into the store together, we will. But if I can do it another way with no extra cost, then we'll maybe make those kinds of decisions just for a while. It's not going to be forever.
Right. And I think I have stocked up enough. You're not even going to show them a picture of my pantry, but I am kind of a food
I might
hoarder.
show you a picture of the pantry.
I just really panicked after March. It really just super, I don't know, PTSD'd me or something. I don't know. So I have plenty of canned goods. So I really only need to go shopping.
Maybe I'll shop your pantry so I don't have to.
I just need to do like some perishables and some dairy and a few things that I want to keep on hand that we use every week because I cook the same kind of stuff. So there's a little store up the road from us. It's called QFC and it's a Kroger store. It's like a Fred Meyer or whatever. I know Kroger is nationwide, but QFC tends to be a little bit more on the higher side, but it's a small little neighborhood store. It's like in the middle of neighborhoods. There's like nothing else. There's a little strip mall there, but it's tiny. It's got a really tiny parking lot. And I go there more often now to pick up a few things when I need a few things here and there because it's not very crowded. And even though it's a little bit more expensive, I looked and they do have a food pickup. So I'm going to actually maybe this next week, like maybe tomorrow night, place an order. I really want to keep myself well for the holidays. And if I can avoid going into many stores, I mean, I still need to go to I need to go to Fred Meyer and get a couple little things, but really, I think I'm going to try it. I didn't do it. And really our area, we're so populated that during March, April, May, when people were doing grocery pickups, it was ridiculous. You would wait.
Wait time was probably crazy.
Yeah,
we're a more rural area.
It was not worth it.
Town to get it, but our stores are not like.
And some of the stores that were doing it had like Instacart apps. they are such popular stores. Their shelves were empty all the time. And the store that my boys shop for me at, they would go every Thursday night. It's down the hill. They don't have it, but their shelves were stocked all the time. There was never, the only thing I can remember that they could not get for me was yeast, which I could found other places, and off and on bread flour. I mean, but pretty much everything, and top ramen was like limited, but I mean, who needs cases and cases of top ramen? No. So
none of us do.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm going to give it a try. And I don't really love grocery shopping anymore anyway.
Yeah, you should do it. Yeah. I'm going to go through your pantry. I'm taking home some food. It's going to just go sit in there and go bad anyway. Like, canned goods do eventually expire.
Yeah, but I rotate them.
I'm still doing it. No, I won't. I never steal food from you.
I'll give you a bag of rice.
Okay, we'll eat it. Okay, giveaway.
What? Oh, we have no giveaway this week.
But we had the last week. We have a winner. Though.
We have a winner, and I'm so sorry. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. Maybe I didn't bring it in here. What? I wrote on the back of it. I printed out the address of the lady that won the red tree.
It was
her. It's
Cheryl.
It's Cheryl Tattersall. You're so sweet, and you comment all the time, and I do have your red tree. It just didn't go out. My shingles
remember I said we just haven't done anything. We'll ship those things.
It's going. My husband works on Monday. He's a mailman, so it's going to be like probably the worst Monday of his life. It's been bad already, but anyway, that is going to go out. And then we were giving away Frosty's Night Out from Blackbird Designs, which is really
it's perfect because the winner of that is Naomi Jane, and she says my most favorite Christmas memories are watching the Frosty Christmas cartoons as a child. So congratulations, Naomi Jane.
Contact us.
Yeah, so send us an email. The link to the email is in the description box below. Send us your address and maybe put a note in it that you won Frosty. It will help me remember which one.
Yeah.
In case I forget.
We need all the help.
We'll try to send that out to you, but that is cute, and it really does look like the Frosty from the little cartoon. So it's perfect.
His boots just kill me. I love his boots.
And his scarf.
Yeah, I did mention that it's all DMC substitution. Yeah.
I mean, you can stitch it with the overdyed threads, but there's all DMC conversion in case you don't.
I mean, the only thing I would think I would want it if I was really trying to be budget conscious was maybe his vest.
It actually calls for Oscar. I thought some of the colors looked like they might be similar.
I mean, if I would do anything, I would get the white and the green maybe if I was going to try to do. I really think I saw somewhere online that people in the UK are having a terrible, terrible time getting overdyed flosses right now. Somebody said we just can't source them. So I'm really glad. I mean, I actually picked that on purpose because it had the DMC conversions because it is crazy times right now and they are hard to get and they are expensive. And we pick and choose, just like Sarah's big piece.
Joyful World.
It would be crazy to buy all those overdyes for like one little butterfly or something. It doesn't show up. The variegation doesn't show up.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made. Although in the end, because I stitched them all, that one butterfly probably showed up as a big color later. So it wouldn't have been a bad idea to invest in them if I was doing it over again. But also didn't matter. It turned out really great.
But I did.
But not all patterns.
But but I had gone through and looked at them and had kind of a schedule each month. Yeah, and I do remember thinking that if I had stuck with it, I think I stopped sending you flosses maybe in June or July.
But I think I picked up a few each month if I felt like.
And she did reuse some,
and a lot of them were reused. So anyway, that's the reasoning that we were kind of looking for patterns specifically with DMC conversions listed because we know that not everybody has money or access to some of those overdyed threads. So we wanted to make sure that.
There's another company that Stitching at the Cabin's been using called, it's a Chinese thread company. I think it's Chinese. And you can get them on this, oh gosh. You know what? I'm going to research it and we'll talk about it next week.
Okay, yeah.
You can buy a complete set. I've kind of looked at the reviews and some people have said that they thought that they ran, but I don't think she's had that problem and she loves them and she bought a complete set.
Not sulky, right?
No, they're cotton. They're just, they actually have DMC number. Like they've got numbers.
That match?
That supposedly match.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you can use them.
I can't think of the website.
Is there a reason they're liking those more than just using DMC? Oh, they're cheaper than DMC right now?
And she liked the way actually I think DMC she thought they were a little softer maybe, or yeah, she
You can
liked
go watch them. I'll link them down
Stitching
below.
at the
Stitching
Cabin.
at the Cabin.
It's another mother-daughter duo.
They're down in California. We like
Mhm.
to watch them as well. So shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any other shout outs? Because I do.
No, because I laid in bed for like a
You
whole
didn't watch
night
it.
and half a day.
Okay, my brain is blanking up on who it was. So one moment.
I haven't finished your 614 Stitcher, but I will finish it. I watched part of
I
it.
know who it was.
We shot you out last week. Shot you out.
Shot you out of a cannon.
We shouted you out. Oh my gosh, that was bad. We're gonna shot somebody else out right now.
My next shout out is this is somebody who is she part of the monthly magazine challenge?
Who?
Tina. Well, her thing is TinaStitches.
Yes.
And I forget her
She
last
is.
name, but I think I found her on Instagram because I was so enraptured by her design. So she posted in Carolyn Zook's Facebook group
Mhm.
that she had a Flosstube up showing her stockings, and I was like, oh, I gotta watch that because one of them is that lavender and lace that you stitched and showed a few weeks ago with the little girl with the
And the
red
round
and the gold
oval
frame.
yeah.
So she stitched that on probably a larger count and made it into a stocking with a beautiful border. And I'm not entirely sure where she got the border. It's this one, Tina Gattle.
Gattle. Yes.
And if that's how you say your last
Yes.
name, sorry. So I watched that one, and
you know how I found her?
Just mind-blowingly beautiful.
That's right, Tina. I don't think you watch us. Maybe you do.
Oh,
But you're the one that posted about Nora Corbett's sunflower
well, we'll have to let her know we're talking about her.
fairy. And
over here.
I searched high and low
Oh.
for it, and she's actually getting started in she's on my Bringo card, and she is going to be one of mine.
Start that design.
Yeah, I'm actually going to splurge and buy the Valdanis.
Pretty.
There's not that many, but she did a beautiful, I can't see all the numbers that she did, but she did have pull from her extensive Fancy Floss collection, apparently. And those look gorgeous. So she started that, and that's how I found that in the first place.
Well, do you follow her on Instagram?
I don't.
I mean, her stitching is incredible.
And she's got a channel, right? So
I don't even know the design. It's probably a Hade.
Oh, she has a channel?
She has a channel called TinaStitches, and I will link it below. And you should definitely check it out if you want to see some beautiful, full coverage, enormous whips, and probably finishes too. The latest one is the first one I watched, the Christmas one. And she showed
this one.
That's what I was just telling you about because I saw her post about it. She's doing Crystal Christmas by Mirabilia. And I'm just like, oh, I think I'm going to stitch that. That's going to be in my future.
Oh.
It's not the best picture. The colors aren't bright, but in her video, she shows that. She probably shows that in her most recent regular Flosstube
Look
video.
it up, the pattern. It's little angel girls, and they're dancing around a tree.
It's stunning.
Is she using the colorful colors?
I'm not sure. I don't remember if she
said they're not all girls. Maybe that's a boy angel.
It's so pretty. So she's stitching that, and she's stitching.
I think
she did these gorgeous full coverage stockings and some really beautiful ornaments.
That is the one.
Can you see that? I don't know how good it'll show.
I don't either, but guys.
You get the basic idea that it's all those little cherubic angels dancing around that tree.
And it says fa la la along the bottom. Oh,
super pretty.
Tina, you might be a bad enabler.
I know. She has some really gorgeous stitching.
Okay, I just followed you, Tina. I did not know I wasn't following you yet.
So shout out to Tina.
Oh,
she has 75 videos. Yeah,
she's doing Vixen by Nora Corbett.
And she's doing Dasher or something.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the next photo below. Oh, maybe above. Did you scan? Oh, there it is. And another one. So she's got more than one of the reindeer done by Nora
Tina,
Corbett.
I love that fabric you're working on. That blue or grayish blue is beautiful.
We're talking to her as if we know she's going to watch this.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
She might if we give her a shout out.
I really enjoyed it. So please go watch. I mean, she probably has 1,800 more times the subscribers we do. She's been Flosstube a long time. But if you don't know her, you should go look her up.
She's got some beautiful things.
Her stitching is really gorgeous. So that was my shout out.
Okay.
We did giveaway. We did shout out. We did whips. I think that's everything.
I have no haul.
No.
My haul has been the Amazon deliveries that are showing up because I Christmas shopped the other day massively.
Mm-hmm. Same. I don't have money to do haul right this second.
Yeah.
Although I will show I don't know if I need to show that next time.
Oh, but you know what I did? I have to tell you what I did.
I'm pointing over there you know what I'm talking about. The journal the stitching journal I
did. I will share it. It hasn't come yet, but I was so excited.
almost done.
Let's see. I gotta find it. Keep
Oh my
talking.
gosh, it's 1:30. It's 1:30 on December. What is this day? 12th?
I don't know.
December 12th. I like it when people say that at the beginning of their videos. Like, well,
Okay,
guys,
I wanted.
it's a big
Okay,
Oh,
Bird's Eye Stitcher, I think, did this and passed the
Sorry.
pattern to somebody else that shared about it, and I fell in love with it. I'm a Christmas
Yeah.
baby. My birthday is next week, and oopsie, I just lost it.
right here. Isn't that it?
Oh yeah. And it only, I think it might have been a limited edition of some kind, or it only came in a kit.
Oh.
And so I asked for it for my birthday or for Christmas, and my son and daughter-in-law purchased Winter Fairy for me. I love her.
It's kind of blurry, but
I can't wait for her to arrive.
that's so pretty.
That's
So
an
that's
almost
like
haul.
birthday.
Yeah, that's a
present haul.
birthday haul.
And I gave you kind of haul, birthday present haul.
That's right.
I just remembered that too.
She did. She gave me a 1-year subscription to World of Cross Stitch, right? Not cross stitching.
That's one that you want, I guess.
It is. I love it.
Good. You've said multiple times lately how much you love that one, and I thought, oh, I do love that one.
I've bought a couple issues of it, back
so cute.
issues for the My Magazine Monthly, because it's got such fun.
I have to look through that one that you have right now.
You know, the autumn sampler I did, and then
Yeah.
there was another one that we both liked too that looked like something from Mary Inglebright or something.
Yes.
That was one of my first ones I bought of that magazine.
It's really pretty.
It always has stuff in it. Yeah.
World of Cross Stitching?
World of Cross Stitching, I believe it is.
So
She
got that as well, too.
British, and that's not. Somebody said there was one of those magazines that was going to stop publishing, but that one must not.
I don't think so. I mean,
Good.
I hope not.
I was hoping it wasn't that one, because I keep finding it. Like you can find it at Joann's. Maybe Barnes and Noble carries them. They just get them later. And Carolyn Zook did a flip through of the most recent one, which is December, and it's adorable. And it comes usually with a little free, like there'll be like a little freebie pattern in them. But and people in the U.S. apparently get different things than the people, because like there might be like a hard box in theirs, but shipping's too much. So, but they shipped to the States along with that issue. If you had a subscription, the Beatrix Potter calendar, and it's got 6 Beatrix Potter. It's so cute. It's
along
in
with
there.
This current one, but you said you bought that one.
I bought that one.
Separate.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it
Otherwise,
actually they come shrink wrapped, and it had that calendar in it.
Oh, sweet.
And so anyway, it's a good one. I always find at least one thing.
Did
if
it
not
arrive?
more.
What? That's all you can share that.
What?
The Beatrix Potter calendar.
Yeah.
Isn't that
I'm gonna go get it.
Oh, you show it next week.
I'll show it next week. It came with, well, I bought it at Joann's or somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought maybe you special ordered it. After.
No, but Carolyn was talking about how she was so excited to get that calendar, because we often in the U.S. don't get what the people in Britain get because of shipping. Yeah, and so I guess that we were worthy. It was probably not too hard to ship that, and maybe because it's
package,
right, and because it's December, maybe they thought they would be generous and spring a little bit more. But that'll be fun. I think it comes out every month too.
It should be, yeah. I think it's like
monthly?
12. I think it's monthly. I think so.
I haven't gotten a cross stitch magazine in the mail
I know.
since
And you're doing that monthly challenge, so
the
hopefully
80s.
we'll line
Yeah,
up
the
with-
80s when I used to get the Better Homes and Garden just cross stitch, which everybody used to get.
Is that the same as just cross stitch now, or no?
Mm-mm.
That's a different one.
No, it's a different one. Yeah. Just cross stitch, I think, came along a little later. The Better Homes and Garden one ended. I'm not sure when they ended.
Sometime later.
Yeah. But that was like
Sorry, like
the
what
premiere.
is going on with my hair today? It's really bugging me. It's probably annoying to watch somebody constantly adjust their hair, but it keeps like tickling my face.
Yeah. So that's all. That's all we got.
That's it. Thanks for watching. I don't know how long this is, but it seems really long for like the little amount of stitching we actually had to show.
But if you're just stitching along, then that's okay.
You know, that's kind of what I do. Is Jessie goes to bed and I just put on favorite Flosstubers and just work on stuff.
We might actually squeeze out a quick attempt at making some cream caca before she has to go home.
Yeah.
Cream caca cookies. And I got whipped cream to pour in them too.
Ooh, yum. So we're going to hang up or we're going to hang up. Just click. Speaking of old fashioned phones and long distance.
I have to show you this though. Can you see?
Oh, yeah.
This turntable sitting there. So my kids gave me that one year for Christmas a couple of years ago, because of course turntables have now come back in style, which I was so upset when they went out of style and everybody had to buy CD players and we had to replace all of our records with CDs. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And everybody told me, Mom, those are never going to come back. Well, they've come back. but the girls came in my bedroom, my granddaughters, and they go, "What is that?" And I like watch, and I put
they didn't know what it is because their aunt has one.
Well, then they kind of
several years. Since
yeah. And Liddy did say, "Oh yeah, Aunt
remember
Holly
this.
has that." So I put it on and gave them a little. I said, "This is how we used to listen to music in the olden days."
You should put it in your living room and then you'll use it more. Well, maybe you'll use it in here.
I use it in here a lot when I'm
Weird.
folding laundry on the bed. I usually have it on, and I don't have that many records. I did ask for a couple for Christmas.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I need to finish shopping for you.
Well, we'll look at my Elster
We're
list.
gonna get.
Anyway,
Well, thanks for watching.
Yep, and I
we
hope
love hearing from you in the comments, and it really brightens our day.
let us know if you got your Christmas shopping all done. Let us know if you had to do mostly online.
Yeah.
Because in our area, people are. Mailman Carrie here, my husband is working crazy days, so I know a lot of people are. They have been for years, but I think this year is particularly bad. But yeah, let us know how you did your shopping this year. I'm interested in how other parts of the country and world are handling things.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching a lot of news, trying to kind of not watch a lot, so I'm not sure what Canada's doing as far as restrictions and stuff. But I know there's stuff going on all over the world, and yeah, let us know how you're doing, how you're hunkering down if you're hunkering down.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Yep.
We'll be back next week.
Bye-bye.
More Christmas fun. Are you up here? Are you up here? Here I come.
A lot of fun. Hi. Welcome to my attic. This is it.
I'm on my knees. That's why it's a little bumpy.
I can stand right here. I'm 5'2". And we actually,
Is this the Christmas?
that used to be a closet for the two little boys that used to sleep up here. We had 2 twin beds up here.
Really
I want to give you some of this room.
There we go. Oh no.
It's very, very. This all is my kids' stuff. This. And over here, this.
I don't feel like this video is capturing the joy that.
My stuff over here. Yeah.
I will have to say, none of this is mine.
Yeah, Sarah took
For the
her stuff
record.
a long time.
And here, I'll show you. Here's the down. That is really scary looking.
It's very scary. This was a linen closet right here that they extended and opened up.
Over here. This is how we go down. Very carefully.